Hey everyone, this is Leanne from Of Love and Shiplap and the founder of Sub That Tutorials and More. Please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss out on any new videos, and check the video description for a link to the Sub That Learning Library app. Inside of our mobile/web app, you can access all of our free tutorials and our neatly organized content libraries, as well as choose to subscribe for access to exclusive content, community, and courses. In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to laser engrave a wine tool gift set. I think that's what we'll call it. That has the leather-like material from the saddle collection from Johnson's Plastics Plus. This item is one of many that are part of that saddle collection that has that real feel faux leather that I am so incredibly impressed with. I think I have ordered everything that's part of the saddle collection because I just can't believe how nice it is, and it's the kind of product that sell themselves. Anyone who loves genuine leather would actually really appreciate any of the items that they have as part of the saddle collection, and they've got something for everyone. Everything from like wallets and passport holders to keychains to golf tee holders to Bible covers to journals. I mean, to cup cozies, cup sleeves, and I think also beer can cozies, to basic keychains. There's just so many different things that are out there as part of this collection. They come in different colors and the quality is unmatched. It might be some of my favorite items. I don't know if I just didn't know they existed before because I wasn't really looking at laser items, but whatever they are, they're stunning. And this wine kit is perfect for the wedding season that we are in. Wedding season typically goes from now, late May until the fall. That's the peak of wedding season. And this is the kind of item that's perfect to give as a gift to a newlywed couple. It's also perfect for retirement season as well, or really just a homecoming, like a housewarming gift for someone who really loves to drink wine. Now, they do have some different types of wine tool sets at Johnson's Plastics Plus. Today, I'm gonna grab the round one, which I love the box it comes in. I'm gonna show it to you guys so you'll know what I'm talking about. We did a whole leather materials test a little while back where we tried out 4 different types of leather and saw how they were able to engrave and were able to really refine our settings. So that's going to help save us some time here because we already know what to do. I will make sure to kind of touch on that and show you that again for those of you who are new to laser engraving and cutting. This is just one of many types of items that the Flux BEAMBOX 2 55-watt CO2 laser can engrave. It can do genuine leather as well, but it can do different types of hardwood, softwood. It can cut and engrave acrylic. It can do rubber. So there's a special rubber that you can get to do like stamps and things of that nature, which is another project I'm really excited about. You can do, of course, traditional items like pencils and standard types of softwood. You can also do items like certain stones and ceramic. So like slate, you can do ceramic and glass. There are so much possibility with this machine, and a lot of these products have really high profit margins because the overall cost to create them isn't really a whole lot. The materials themselves, you have your blank, but beyond that, you're only factoring in a couple of dollars just for the wear and tear on your laser, which is what you have to factor in, because even though you don't have something like paper or ink to consider, you do have to consider the wear and tear and the consumable parts that you're going to have to replace as you continue to use your laser. So let's go ahead, turn things around, have a look at our wine gift box, our wine tool gift box set, and we will get our measurements and get our design set up, and I'll walk you through everything in Beam Studio. For our first official project, since we did our leather materials test, we are going to do this leather wine tool gift box set. So it's got these wine tools inside. We've got our corkscrew, our bottle stopper, our aerator, and our ring. And it comes in this nice like faux leather gift box with the lid. And the top has that faux leather that has the really nice buttery feel. This is the saddle collection from Johnson Plastic Plus. This is that leather-like material that they have in the sheets that we tested out, which was my favorite. And this is just one of several items that have that That leather, it's so nice, you guys. I wish you could feel it through the camera. It is one of many products from the saddle collection available at Johnson's Plastics Plus that I did pick up. Now, we already have our settings because we did that whole in-depth leather materials test. All we really need is our measurements for the top here, so we know how big to make our design. And I've got that starting at the 1 mark. So we are looking at 6, I'll move it down just so there's no confusion. We're looking at 6 3/4 inches in diameter for this item. Now, an object like this is really great for monograms and logos. I did consider doing like the Army logo on it because I am here in a military town and there's always someone I know who is retiring or celebrating something and wants to have Army pride. But some other options that are not specifically logos or monograms is to do seamless patterns. If you can find some good seamless patterns that are SVG, that's great, but at least like a black and white where it's mostly white so that you actually have, you know, the leather coming through. That if you find a really good black and white seamless digital paper, that's a really great option as well. Doing something like that creates a lot more versatility and allows you to create something that you can sell at markets or kind of gift to anyone in theory. And that's just a better way to sell this if you're not looking to have to personalize every single thing. I know that some people will probably still want, you know, things like a photo on them, and that's always great as well. Or just an illustration of like a wine bottle and grapes. But in terms of what's going to have the best sellability, you do want to gravitate towards one of two markets. It's either going to be that you want to cater to those who are doing housewarmings and wedding gifts and things of that nature. So a monogram is really great. Or you want to focus on corporate gifts, which is going to be where the logos would come in. And then the other category would be to do those seamless patterns because that's going to allow you to cater to the whole gift market throughout all different times of the year. Things like florals and geometric patterns are always going to be popular for this kind of item. I would also consider seasonal patterns because people do love to entertain for the holidays. So you could do like a greenery pattern for Christmas or just for winter in general. And that makes this something people can have on display that's beautiful and also serves a purpose. Let's go ahead and get this set up in the bed of our laser and then we'll set up our design in Beam Studio. We're going to go ahead and put our lid only right in the bed of the laser. I have moved the bed all the way down. I think I needed it pretty far down in order to work for this substrate. So we're going to do all of our normal steps that we do. We're going to bring our laser from its homing position over so it is on top of our substrate. We are then going to bring our little peg down so that we are able to do the autofocus. And we're going to tap our autofocus option and let it do its job. Once it's set, we can lift our peg back up and we are ready to go. Now let's open up Beam Studio. Beam Studio is the software that comes with your Flux BEAMBOX 2 laser, engraver, and cutter. It gives you a variety of tools to be able to edit and create designs, and its overall function is to allow you to set all of your settings and changes that you need to get the best results with your engraving and cutting no matter what materials you're using. I'm going to go ahead and make this bigger so we can actually see things. We can import our design by using the image icon. I'm using something that was already created. I found some digital paper on Creative Fabrica that I really liked. I thought this would look so beautiful on this particular item. So we're going to go with that. I just clipped it into a circle. So I will link the digital paper below for those of you who might want to give this one a try. It really is kind of perfect for this project because it is just black and white. And it's some really nice lines and gradients. So I think this will look really good. We're gonna next scan our bed so that we can get an image of our top to our wine toolkit, and then we'll go ahead and line this up. We're going to select that preview icon at the top left side of your screen. And we're going to click and drag across so that it can get our space to preview. All right, so we can see our lid pretty clearly, so we're good with that. We're going to exit out of our preview mode by going to the little swoop back arrow. I'm going to zoom in so we can see things a little bit better, and I'm going to bring this over and line it up. Now, one thing is that looking at the design and the way it's representing right now, it tells me that maybe the gradient function is not working in our favor. So with that layer selected, I'm going to come to my control panel and I'm going to turn off that gradient option, and that is much better. So see how now I'm just getting the lines? The laser is not going to pick up the color white when it is trying to decipher what is worth engraving and what's not. So it doesn't pick up the color white, but if there are pixels that are variations of white, it is going to pick those up. So that's what we just saw when we saw how we saw this here. It was that when that gradient is on, it's picking up those shades that are not actually an absolute white. And while I don't think this would look terrible, the problem is that there are areas that were very clearly white. And so how this is going to look on output is probably not going to be exactly what I want to go for. I don't really want to ruin something like this. I would definitely rather have it just have this really nice line art style. I think that it doesn't take anything away from it and it still looks stunning. So I already had this rounded, so I didn't make that boundary circle this time around. I do just want to zoom in a little bit and make sure I get as close to the edges as possible. You could try and stay within the stitching if you wanted to, but I do really want to try and get all the way out to the edge. So I'm going to expand just a little bit where I need to. I don't want to go over. All right, I think we're good. So we're going to come back to our layers panel and we're going to scroll on down to our parameters, and we are going to select that leather that we did our preset after our test. So we labeled that as our leather-like sheet engraving. So we'll go ahead and select that. Select Start Work. And it's going to go ahead and calculate the design and let us know how long it'll take. 13 minutes to complete this design. Let's go ahead and click Start and get it started. So here's our result of our engraving. Now we just need to clean off all the soot. The best way to go about this is with some hot water, a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, and some Totally Awesome, LA's Totally Awesome all-purpose cleaner. Now I got this from my local Dollar General. I'm not sure where else it's available, but it was only like $1 for this whole bottle. So definitely affordable. You want to make sure to not knock your bowl over, but wring out your sponge really well so that you're not dragging a bunch of the soot around. And then I do recommend just having an extra cloth on hand to really soak up any of that water that might be dirty. Okay. And once we have cleaned it all off of our soot, as you can see, that was very easy to do. This is our finished results. Honestly, this is stunning. I really love how this came out. It came out better than I thought it was going to, to be honest. I wasn't quite sure. I was hopeful, but it's our first project. It's our first project since we did that leather test. So it's our first opportunity to really see our saddle collection leather in its full glory, but I love it. It's stunning. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put that together. And now it is all ready for wherever it heads to next. Thank you so much for joining us today. All of the materials that we used are linked below in the video description. Don't forget to check out the available discount codes that you can use at different suppliers, which also includes a discount code for the Flux BEAMBOX 2 55-watt CO2 laser at Johnson's Plastics Plus. Thank you so much for joining us and have a great rest of your day.